This is the UAAP Season 73 Volleyball.
We are live here at the arena in San Juan on a Wednesday afternoon. Volleyball days, by the way, are Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. We opened up auspicious debut for the weekend games. And now today we have Ateneo seeking their first win. They lost the first one against UST, and NU looking for back-to-back, which has not happened for them.
That's right. Well, technically it has, because they won that last game
last year.
Yeah, but not in the same season. And well, we're looking at some set one highlights, and most of these highlights will be coming from Ateneo until that final 7-8 point run of NU that they closed down that gap to 8 points, and Coach Roger had to call a timeout to remind the girls, hey, you need only 1 point to finish off this first set, and you've given away 7 points already to NU.
Nagano ba tayo? 14-0 at some point, no?
That's right, 14-0. And Ateneo, well, at least you can say that Coach Roger was able to put in his bench players, get them some playing time.
Laki nung linaglag nun laro.
That's right. And for the side of NU, boom, like what you said, this is what they need to do is just forget about what happened in that first set. Well, they ended it in a good note, but they
dami na error eh.
Oh, they gotta start the second set with a lot more energy. And
yeah, exactly.
Try to get Mervic Mangi better looks. Correct. Ateneo is expecting that the ball is going to Mervic anyway, so make sure that the fakes are there, the double quicks are there, to at least, you know, fool or slow down the blockers of Ateneo for Mervic Mangi to have a slight opening or even just a single block up against
11. Alam mo, doon sa 14-0 eh, hindi lahat yun puntos na Ateneo. Kumbaga error talaga ng NU. And yun, even on serves, they were able to get 4 points. It wasn't the best start also for Ateneo. Well, the best set, rather, for Ateneo. But they survived. And now Elo De Jesus is now in the game to start off the 6 of the Lady Eagles. Kainglet will be the one serving. 1 set already pocketed.
And Phil Kainglet serving.
Doon na binalik rin si Bea Pascual. But actually 2 new players for Ateneo checking in to this game. Amy Ahomiro is also in the ball game. Nakita mo na yung lutang nung De Jesus. You wanted to see her live, Ian, and how she plays, and they went to her right away.
She's just as tall or probably shorter than Jem Ferrer.
Shorter pa, but she can get up there.
She was up against Sante, who stands around 6 feet probably. She didn't mind it at all.
Imagine how she was able to score against the UST blockers. No less. They go back to her. Trying to get her warmed up for this game. Nepomuceno this time.
Above the block was Nepomuceno. Good defense by Kainglet.
Jesus again, check. That's great coverage though by Ahomiro, kaya lang.
Sante was called for an overreaching.
And Francis with a little reminder.
There you see it. Well, the violation was there. You go. The ball did not even go up over the net. Parang nag-interfere na, no? Interference from Sante.
First point for NU courtesy of a service error from Phil Kainglet.
Coming a lot earlier than the first set.
Mangi now is in the front line with Nepomuceno and Sante, the tallest front line for National U. Back set. That's Kainglet. Mangi this time. Mababa pa rin para sa kanya, no? De Jesus winds it up. Goes cross court. It's a little spin on that one and gets her first point as we check in with Joe Caleo.
After putting away that first set, the Lady Eagles aren't ready to give up that advantage just yet. Coach Roger told us, bench, that even though they're in a good position to win right now, he said we can't bank on that. We have to remain focused in the game so that necessarily when we rotate our players, everyone remains on the same page. And that nearly happened in that first set, as you guys are commenting. And Coach Roger told us, girls, kilala niyo naman ako. Gusto ko maglaro kayo ng mahusay. We have plays to run, we have a system to run. Therefore, let's play within that. Lastly, he told us, girls, that you have to always respect your opponent and keep in mind that they too want to win, so they can't afford to let up the intensity even for just a second.
Thank you, Joe. 5-1 is the score, and you know the first set was one of those sets. Now, you won, But yeah, you weren't happy about it.
Yeah,
Because,
naman.
di ba, again, madadala mo sa ibang laro yung mga ganyang ugali. Yes.
That's right. And a very good point by Coach Roger. You can't take any team for granted because they are here not just to play, they're here to win. All of these teams are here. They don't come here just to play and get their uniforms all worked out. No, they really want to win.
The last couple of years, NU has not been here as participants anymore.
Yeah,
yung hindi lang yung basta yung makasali tayo. Talagang they want to be as competitive as they can.
Right.
And they have a goal. You know that they have a goal. They'll be hosting the UAP in a couple of years. And I'm sure they're building towards that year that by that time, they will be even more competitive than they ever were.
That's right.
And in all sports, probably.
I agree. I do agree. And of course, volleyball, one of the sports.
Major talaga.
Yes, kailangan nilang pakita, no? And they're doing a good job. Wow, what a way to start. Defeating FEU, the #1 volleyball team ever in the UAP with the most number of championships. I don't know, if you're gonna ask a UAP historian or anyone who knows the game, when was the last time NU beat FEU? I don't know if they have an answer to that.
Right now, though, the lead is 6 for the Lady Eagles. 8-2, technical timeout. Back in a moment.
You're still with us here for season 73 of the UAAP Women's Volleyball. Earlier, I spoke to Coach Francis, and he told me that during the practices, he really made sure that his Lady Bulldogs practiced the weak sides of Ateneo. But in today's game, it seems that they're really lacking in execution, which is why for the second set, he really wants them to change things around. Another thing he really wants to see different is lesser errors, whether it be with their service or their attack. Avoiding errors is a must for the rest of the game. Speaking of attacks, Coach Francis also wants to see his girls to be fearless down the line and never hesitate. With only one win so far, these Lady Bulldogs really need to push themselves further today. Boom.
Thank you very much, Aaron. Now, speaking of errors, they had 11 in the first set, as we mentioned. Look at that. De Jesus getting a block also. As Bea Pascual, happy to return for one last year. Ateneo, no, nabanggit yan kasi nagkausap kami niyan after the year, last year when they were eliminated. And a lot of people thought that would have been her last year. Diba? Pinag-uusapan ng ganon. When I talked to her, she said it's really up to Coach Roger if he's going to be invited back for that one last year. When I asked Coach Roger about it, he said it's up to Bea. Kung gusto pa niya. And I'm sure Bea, you know, I told Bea, oy, sabi ni Coach Roger, nasa sa'yo daw.
Ano yung nagkakahiyaan?
Siguro. Well, you know how some students also want that last year to concentrate on probably studies and all that. But, you know, there are ones who want to play out their year, and Bea was one of them. So Bea decided, hey, let's give it one more run. And I'm sure she also understands medyo malakas yung team nila. Bakit naman hindi? May tutulong pa.
Good block from Ateneo.
Mangi this time. Net block, though.
She hasn't really found her rhythm
you're right.
in this match. And the elevator scoring on her serve. Look at that. This is a relatively routine play for Mervic Mangi. Let's see if they give it back to her now. They give it
Byron.
Yeah, down the line.
Outside point.
Si Byron, nakita natin towards the end of the season last year, di ba? Ang laki nung hinugot lang yan eh. Biglang, ang ganda nung laro nung isang game. Sunod-sunod
na. I remember that game. She was scoring more than Mervic was. And sabi ko nga, pwede ng parang kasangga no? Whenever Mervic's in the back row, Byron should do her work in the front.
Towards that second round or end of second round, nakita natin the emergence of Byron. And pati yung Sagun, nagkaroon ng konting epekto sa NU. So ngayon, kita mo sila yung nagsa-start na. Para sa National U. Byron this time. Up to Kainglem. Double block. She gets through it. 14-13-4 is the score so far. Let's listen to NU.
Nagpa-block kayo sa dulo, ang block nyo papunta doon sa referee. Dapat ang block nyo papunta rito sa atin, di ba? Dapat ikaw tumapat, naka-ready ka na doon. Siya yung habol. Bakit nangyayari? Pareho kayong humahabol doon sa open. Sino ba yung binabantayan nyo dito sa gitna? Naintindihan? Ikaw ang tumapat na doon. Ang pagtapat mo, paganyan. Papasok. Ikaw ang humabol. Ang layo eh, papunta doon sa referee. Floor defense naman. Enyo.
Bulldogs! Sa isa sa...
Well, alam naman natin na Ian, blocking is not just about getting your arms up or jumping high.
That's right.
Ang gulo rin yan eh.
Exactly. Hindi lang yung taas ng talon yung sinusukat dyan, ano?
Timing,
reading the blocks, angling your arms, your hands. Service ace, and not a way to
come out of a timeout.
timeout.
Amy Ahumiro from the Brent International School.
Another service ace, back to back.
It's good for her confidence, bad for NU. Another tall girl for Coach Roger.
A very promising center attacker. We saw her blocking earlier when she was in the front row.
Ferrer to Gretchen, mababa.
That was too low. Ferrer knew it.
Pomuceno trots back into the floor, the Daraflex floor now of the arena in San Juan. Good for the girls, good for the knees, good for their ankles.
That's right. And before, well, let me tell you a story, a short story, Boom.
Ano ba to? Yung mga unang panahon
unang panahon to.
Sige.
Ano yung mga ano to?
Pingin ng kape muna. Sige, Ian, go ahead.
Mga panahon natin to eh. Gusto ko lang makita.
Ay, na-interrupt ka. Kasi may
Let's
time
get
out
back to
muna.
that story later.
All right, I'm sure it is very relevant to this game. We will check in with Ian after this break. Back here at the arena in San Juan, 16-5. Gretchen Ho serving. Yes, Ian, you wanted to make a point about the Taraflex.
Oh yeah, good thing you're... Kasi nagpapakuha tayo ng kape. Anyway, before, really, it was rarely that we would get to play on this kind of surface. Kasi lagi naman wooden, parquet floors and... well, my coach
Cemento pa nga dati.
But there was one time that we were able to play in the Rizal Memorial, Ninoy Aquino, newly built Ninoy Aquino Stadium. And our coach was saying, well, tuwan-tuwa kami mag-dive tsaka mag-roll. Hindi naman kailangan simple na lang. Gugulungan pa namin para lang ma-feel namin yung sahig. Yung sahig na, yung lambot. And you're right, this is good for the players, especially these girls, kasi hindi abrasive sa mga joints nila in their legs whenever they go for those dives and their rolls.
And from, as Nepomuceno sends it down again, and Ferrer with the underhand set there. Kainglet getting point down the line. It really looks good on TV too.
Yeah.
From a TV standpoint.
That's right. Oh naman. Saka the feel is different. Whenever you're walking on Taraflex, it's really different. It's not painful.